Well, I thank you all for coming. This is a momentous day in our Greenbelt project. Believe it or not, this has been going on for almost 2.5 years since the idea first came up. There's two stories that we're telling in this project. One is the story of the 50-year history of the Boise River Greenbelt. 50 years ago, this river was disgusting. It was a sewer. People were dumping stuff in it. The health department even said, "Do not touch the water." And it was in the early 1960s that a group of community leaders got together and realized that this river was a valuable asset to this community, and we better fix it. So they started to acquire property with the idea of creating a linear green belt all along the city. When you look at the back of the new t-shirts that we have, these are all available, by the way, for $10. The back of this t-shirt is a bumper sticker that was used by a guy named Bill Onweiler in the 1960s. He was one of the early promoters. The significance of this piece that's just over here that we're going on, that is the very last piece of this Greenbelt project that's been going on for 50 years within the city of Boise. The Greenbelt now goes from one end of the other city to the other on both sides of the river. The other story that we're telling, which is even more fascinating to me, is the story of the monuments. The Luganbiel Monument is the one that's going to be the centerpiece of our rest area. It was located right in the way of the new path, right over here, so it had to be moved. It was in bad shape. It has a crack in it. There's a medallion on it that was missing, but it commemorates the 1862 visit of Major Pinckney Luganbiel of the U.S. Army, who was sent here to site Fort Boise. The Indians were getting a little restless. Gold had been discovered. There were more immigrants coming through. The Army wanted to have a fort here, so they sent Pinckney Luganbiel. There's been a lot written about Pinckney Luganbiel. He was quite a guy, had a long career with the U.S. Army. Anyway, this monument, as we later discovered, was one of 48 monuments that the sons and daughters of the Idaho pioneers put all over the southern Idaho during the 1930s, commemorating different historical events and historical people. There are 5 of these that are left within the city limits. There's one in front of the Little White Chapel over at DSU. There's one in the front yard. I got to go talk to that guy. It's right in his front yard, down on the corner of Geckler. It goes off of Federal Way. There's one there's an old motel called the Boise Inn. There's one on the campus of the VA hospital. So there's still 5 of these left within the city. The city arts and history department is refurbishing the monument. They're fixing the crack, and they're replacing the bronze medallion, which has an image of an Oregon Trail wagon on it, and that will become the centerpiece of our project. So we have the monument, we have 4 park benches, we have a bicycle repair stand, we have the little free library that we built a few weeks ago over at Jump's woodworking class. This project is a coordinated effort of Metro, Centennial, and Eagle Garden City. Our brick sale is up and running now. Our goal is to sell 500 bricks. There's 3 different sizes. There's a 4x8 that has 3 lines of text, and there's also an 8x8 with 3 lines of text and the Rotary logo. Companies who contribute to the project more than just buying a brick will get a 12x12. Anything you want to know about this project is on the BoiseMetro.org website. There's a tab there for Greenbelt Project. So unless you have other questions, we'll mount up and we'll ride down there and we'll plant our sign.
All right.